Welcome to Footy Bite Daily, your ultimate source for the wildest football drama and transfer bombshells. Today, we're diving into absolute chaos, from Cristiano Ronaldo's meltdown at Al Nassr that could shake the entire Saudi league, to Barcelona locking in Marcus Rashford for good, Rodrygo's fury at Real Madrid, and massive transfer hunts heating up across Europe. Starting with the Premier League giants and their rising stars. Arsenal are hot on the trail of Daniel Svensson, that 23-year-old Swedish sensation from Borussia Dortmund, and Dortmund are open to cashing in for around £26 million. Leeds United and Inter Milan are also circling Daniel Svensson like sharks, ready to battle for his signature. Over at Manchester United, the academy's buzzing. Kai Rooney, the son of the legend Wayne Rooney, has been offered a fresh contract. He's one of 14 teenagers getting new deals, all eyed as future Old Trafford heroes. Also on the list to sign a new contract at United is JC Carrick, the son of interim boss Michael Carrick. But Man United is not stopping there. They're hopeful of tying down Kobbie Mainoo to a new contract before the season wraps up. Talks are kicking off imminently, with his current deal running until 2027, but they want him secured long-term. On the outgoing side, Marcus Rashford looks set to make his Barcelona loan permanent. More on that in a bit. As a replacement, United are lining up Yan Diomande from RB Leipzig as their top choice. The French attacker has been electric this season, with 8 goals and 6 assists in 21 games, and he could cost up to €100 million. United's midfield hunt continues too. They have contacted Manuel Locatelli's entourage for a possible summer swoop. He is a prime option to fill the void left by departing Casemiro. Speaking of Casemiro, the 33-year-old Brazilian is heading out this summer, and LA Galaxy are sniffing around ways of bring him to United States. Andre Onana's loan at Trabzonspor has impressed so much that they're opening talks for a permanent deal. Initial contacts are done, but fee and terms still need hammering out. Both Manchester United and Liverpool have held talks over 18-year-old Matheus Mané from Wolves. This midfielder could fetch £50 million as interest ramps up, shifting to Chelsea's ambitions. The Blues are showing massive interest in England star Morgan Rogers from Aston Villa. They're among a pack of Premier League clubs monitoring the 23-year-old attacking midfielder, and they are convinced he could become one of the best in that position. Manchester United, Arsenal, and Manchester City are all keeping tabs on him too, but Villa won't budge for less than £100 million. Chelsea's striker search is on fire for the summer. Endrick is a main target, and they could splash £70 to £80 million on him. They've also had positive talks with Julian Alvarez's agents. Liverpool must cough up an initial £2.8 million, which could rise to £6.8 million with add-ons for snagging 16-year-old Rio Ngumoha from Chelsea's academy back in September 2024. That is the compensation ruled by a tribunal that is non-negotiable, but bonuses kick in if he hits milestones. On the loan front, Aston Villa stuck with Harvey Elliott's loan from Liverpool through January with no early termination because they didn't want to pay a penalty. Now the 22-year-old is in limbo for the rest of the season. Villa boss Unai Emery is even appealing to Liverpool to tweak the terms, calling the setup damaging to Elliott. Last month, Emery admitted reluctance to play him more, since 10 matches would trigger a buy obligation. Crystal Palace knew Jean-Philippe Mateta might flop his medical, and sure enough, his January move to AC Milan collapsed over knee issues. Now, the 28-year-old striker is deciding on surgery after one final medical opinion. Palace manager Oliver Glasner says it's Matita's call to manage the problem or go for a long-term fix. While still on AC Milan, they're gearing up for talks with Fiorentina over Moise Kean this summer. But the €62 million release clause is way too steep for the Rossoneri. They want to haggle it down. Kean struggled this year with just 6 goals, a far cry from his 25-goal haul in 2024 to 2025 season. Napoli is loving Scott McTominay so much, and they are set for talks to extend his deal beyond 2028, aiming for 2030. The midfielder is thriving in Naples, and a new agreement could be sealed by the season's end, before the World Cup. Barcelona is making moves. They have decided to snap up Marcus Rashford permanently by activating the €30 million buy option from his Manchester United loan. They're offering a 3-year deal. Barca is also weighing a new contract for Robert Lewandowski to keep him at Camp Nou for at least 1 more year, but on reduced wages. The striker is a free agent this summer, so his future's up in the air. Real Madrid has got its own drama too. Rodrygo is fuming about his situation, convinced that he got even more potential than Endrick, who's killing it on loan at Lyon, and his camp is hinting at a serious exit consideration. Madrid's top priority is a creative midfielder. Names like Fabian Ruiz are in the mix, but Kees Smits leading the pack internally. They're also scouting centre-backs too, with Nico Schlotterbeck and Castello Luquiba are on the radar. Sandro Tonali's offered himself to Madrid ahead of the summer window, but Madrid aren't biting on the Newcastle midfielder yet. Tonali's agent says he's eyeing a Newcastle exit in summer and might need Champions League football to stay. The battle for Julian Alvarez is heating up. Barca, PSG, and 2 big Premier League clubs are in the hunt. They inquired last January and are ready to pounce. Arsenal are pushing ahead for Arda Güler, taking steps toward a summer grab from Real Madrid. Cristiano Ronaldo's situation at Al Nassr is a total meltdown. He's so frustrated, he's even thought about ripping up his contract. Sources say his influence has reduced and his opinions don't sway the Saudi Pro League's bigwigs anymore. Chaos reigns at the league. Officials are split on their announcements, fearing Ronaldo's exit would trash their reputation even more. Flamengo inquired about Darwin Núñez, but his €16 million a year salary is a massive roadblock. Instead, they might pivot back to long-term target Richarlison, admired by coach Felipe Luis. After a no from Sevilla for a free transfer, Sergio Ramos is mulling retirement from football. Jude Bellingham's been hit with a reality check, no guaranteed England starting spot anymore. If his form doesn't skyrocket, Thomas Tuchel's eyeing Morgan Rogers to start ahead of him at the World Cup. Pep Guardiola's got one burning goal: win the Champions League with Manchester City before retiring. If City lift the UCL this season, Pep will announce his club football resignation. Pep also wants the EFL to bend rules so Marc Guéhi can play in the Carabao Cup final against Arsenal. Rules say he had to join before the transfer window shut or the semi-final first leg, whichever came first, but Guéhi arrived after their 2-0 win over Newcastle. Ex-Manchester United star Jesse Lingard pushed for a West Ham return in January, but Nuno Espirito Santo blocked it, prioritizing his old Wolves pal Adama Traoré instead. In PSG land, they've added Dro Fernandez to their Champions League squad list. Kylian Mbappe's lawyers aren't messing around. They've sent a bailiff to PSG for €5.9 million in unpaid vacation bonuses. Fun fact to wrap this up: the engineer isn't just Manuel Pellegrini's nickname. He actually holds a degree in civil engineering, specializing in construction. That's your daily bite of football madness from from Footy Bite Daily. Smash that like button, drop your hottest takes in the comments, and subscribe for more chaos tomorrow. And remember, football never sleeps.